that day, I think there was a PS's meeting. We have not coordinated well. So we missed the presence of the PSs, and we got an apology because of that. Now, on this one, which should be a validation, we again extended our invitations to the permanent secretaries, who are chief accounting officers, to be here. And I will say that I have not received any apology from the permanent secretaries. That's why they are not here, apart from my boss, the Secretary Office of the President, who is represented by the Undersecretary. So I thought that would also go on record for you to take note. And on that note, I want to request this whole team here to clap for you, to spare time and come and listen to us. And listen to us, because like I said this issue of the manifesto has two big dimensions. One of them is the political and the technical. The technical part is that, like I said, when these commitments cross over to government, they form blueprint for service delivery. The second aspect is that now demands that the planning, the budget, and the implementation must be mindful of these commitments for the government in power. And the very reason why we thought the presence of those technical people here would, I'm not, where I come from and how I was brought up, I'm not supposed to lament, but at the same time, I'm supposed to respect my seniors. But I want to say that I don't know why they could not join us for that. And I want to thank you for being an example. Secondly, allow me to thank you, all of you, for your inputs. To me, the starting point is that I realized that everybody was listening. Because I could see how now everybody was putting up his arm to make a comment. At first you were shy, but now you were coming, getting excited, yet we were winding up. So, the manifesto unit under the presidency has a specific mandate. And part of the issues that were coming up here, we are now trying to take us outside our mandate. And I will say this, that I think it is of honor of Honorable Kamontu who mentioned it, that for us, we have not shied away from telling you how far this business is going from time to time. Whether you want to hate us, whether you want to like us, but we shall be there to inform you how far we have gone, year in, year out. So, as far as I'm concerned, and I believe my senior head of service knows this, she was part of the senior people in our presidency when they were drafting this mandate. For us, we are there. Now, when it comes to issue of disbursement, and I will start with this, that you see, it is also important for people to communicate what they know. First and foremost, when we go into these campaigns and people receive manifestos, they keep them. They don't read them. You know, they become part of the wardrobes and bookshelves. They add dicker, but they don't know that there is a message meant for them. Now, when the campaigns are over and we get into government, then people are low. It's only the president, in fact, in the past, if you had realized, who would always come up and say, no, this is ABC, this is ABC, this is ABC. And people now were like saying, but we are bored. We are tired. Why is this man telling us the same story? But the man was telling you that this is what I promised you. And this is how far I have gone, and this is how far I have not gone. So when he brought me there, and my team, we have also tried to reduce that burden for him by trying to make sure, first, we have what we call leadership retreats. And through these leadership retreats, when we invite you, we give you the manifesto. We tell you what was in the manifesto. It is very, very
disturbing. You call these leaders and you ask them what are the thematic areas in the manifesto, and nobody can tell you. What are the interventions that were promised under this each manifesto, and nobody can tell you. And they will tell you that we are for the NRM and this is what people should have. So when I see some of you here saying, you see people don't know, what is it that they don't know? So, on our part, we have made sure that the center, the government at the center, is very informed, and it is obligatory, it's mandated that from time to time the center reports to us on how far we are moving. And through those periodical interactions and demands, it has now made the center to appreciate, because they know like now everybody, you receive calls already. Oh, manifesto week, Bashasha, what is going on? To me, that is a very big score. Very, very big score. For people to start now knowing that we are going into May, there is a manifesto week, and therefore there is a need to prepare for going to inform the citizens. This is where we are. So those leadership retreats I was telling you that we have been conducting the whole country. First of all is to engage the people to appreciate what was in the manifesto. The second objective is now to bring the center, which is responsible for these policies and the budget disbursements and the implementation, to share with them. Because most of the implementation is done there, but we are aware that this is what is going on. To share with them that this is where we are. And what we have done to be a bit more smarter is that if we call a team from northern Uganda, where we are saying this is West Nile, actually, or Lango, or supposedly we decided to deal with West Nile alone, we shall tell the center when we are going to meet them that customize the achievements of West Nile. So that it doesn't make sense for me to go and start narrating the West Nile man person, a seed school I have built in Chabujindi in Osheni district. The man needs to know how many seed schools are in Zombo. He needs to know how many center threes are in Nebi. That's when he will be, that's how he will start appreciating the manifesto. So what am I saying? That the manifesto is not here, it's not in Kampala, it is with you. But it's just that because for you think there is a manifesto unit in Kampala, therefore, the manifesto is where? So when it comes to communication, what have we done beyond these retreats and informing the members? Of course, through that, the information we are giving is to enrich the existing information on what is going on in their respective areas, what is the status, if there are any new things that are coming, and people know. And through them, they will also tell us, no. You man from Ministry of Water, you are telling me there is a dam here, but it doesn't exist in my district. And we are able to say, PS, Ministry of Water, when we come back, we make these reports. We were meeting these people, and they are saying there is a dam in Nebi, but the leaders of Nebi, the chairman, the RDC, the cow, the dam doesn't do what? Beyond that, we also go and do what we call physical inspection, monitoring. We are in these areas. We visit and engage these leaders. So, in terms of communication, of course we cannot be everywhere, like we say. And I'm glad that my senior comrade, Ofono Pondo, has raised this. We must agree that the communication of government is dead. We are not communicating. There is a lot that has been done, but little has been done what? Said. And that's why we have had this challenge of the opposition, like you are saying that maybe there is nothing that has been done what? Has been done. Whereas there is a lot that has been done. So, for us, through our frontline officers, and these are the offices of the resident district commissioners, RCCs, we issued what we call communication guidelines. And part of those guidelines include content. So if you are an RDC, you are of Osheni, how many sub-counties does Osheni have? Torof. How many of those has health center threes where they are built? 3. So what percentage is that? Are we there? So that percentage will tell us that in Osheni, as far as the 6 and our policy commitment of having every health center in each sub-county, this is the position. And this is how we do part of our assessment. So, the RDC at the same time, by law, Mr. Ofono Pondo, provided that within the law of broadcasting law, government must be availed 1 hour of, government business, talking about government business. So the RDC is the chief coordinator of that airtime. But he's also, is not the owner or a monopoly. He must also engage the other leaders. And they are informed, they are aware of this. The chairman, the technical people, in case there is an outbreak of Ebola, the RDC may not be a person with a health background. You need to invite the doctor to come and explain what is Ebola, how does it attack people, how can they make preventive measures. And through that, we expect that all this information is regularly passed on. The chairman of the district is aware of the district development plan. The health center is there, which we want to build. The seed school is there, which we want to build. The water we want to move there is there. This road equipment you are talking about is there. The road fund money that has come is known. So there is no reason why we should be in this kind of situation why Ofono Pondo is asking us who can go and defend. There is nothing to defend because every information is already there. But he is right. Because at one point or at one level is that there is some level of laid back. We don't want to come in confidence and talk about these things. And of course, when it comes to the civil service side, then we have the civil service standing orders that broke you. But we are in an information age. Maybe head of service, this is an area we need to amend and allow people to talk. Because we are in an information age, if you don't talk, social media will talk on your behalf and will remain reactive. So maybe it's an area we need to look at as government and see how best we can help in areas of communication. So, for us in the manifesto largely is to whip and disseminate, and we have tried our level best to make sure that is done. So without going further, I wanted you to clap for the manifesto unit for that kind of achievement. So that is ready to rest. Now on the issues that have been raised, many of them have been observations, and we want to thank you for the observations that have come across. And I can assure you that we will capture these issues. Head of service, I want to thank you because for you are guiding us on how to improve the quality of the information we are putting across. And my technical teams and the various people that participated in this activity are here. Please pick what the head of service has said and maybe how we improve. If we miss on this one, maybe in the final analysis as we get into the close of term, it is something we should not miss. That we should now probably, as we talk about these interventions, then let's also look at the impact that this could have caused. If we have built all these schools, all these seed schools, how has it helped on the access? Has it helped people to get to seek these services nearer? What are the literacy rates within these given areas? So that maybe the citizens can appreciate better. I also agree with you that actually, we tried as much as possible to minimize being theoretical in this report. And that's why I was trying to give examples to support these statistics. Professor Kamuntu knows because he was the chair of this document. But what he gave us was a qualitative document. So Chisare, when you say we are going to bias on quantitative, he gave us a qualitative document of which we are trying to see. You see, in these manifestos, sometimes they give political statements. We shall establish Uganda Airlines. How are you going to measure that? Is it by expanding Entebbe Airport? Is it by putting up a boat? Is it by buying planes? How are you going to measure establishment of a national airline? So these are the kind of things we deal with, and we try as much as possible to see. So in the process of that, when the planes come for us, we say, okay, I think we are somewhere, and we give a tick. So in a way, That's how but we can be able to explain, because largely we do assessment tooling. Our tools are largely assessment. And we are able to, because the manifesto is largely an output document. And that's why many of you are asking me, yes, Bashasha, you are telling this, but what is the impact, what is the outcome? For me, if I am in Obusenyi and they said they are going to build the seed school in Chabujimba and I'm there and the seed school is there, I tick. Whether the teachers are in, whether the people have enrolled. What I remember is that the government, the party in power, promised that there will be a seed school here, and it is what? It is there. So, but I can see they are trying to improve on our mandate to go further on impact. That one can be discussed. So, RDC Zimbabwe, let me start with you. The issues you have raised, they are very pertinent, but I also want to say that as leaders there, you are the people who will help the citizens to appreciate these things. Engage them. That's your work. That's why we are there. The leaders, if you are an elected leader and you wouldn't want to see your people change, what are you doing in that office? For you, at least you represent the president. At least make sure that what we have sent there has worked. So, I agree with you that some of the interventions that we make or what government pledges, when they are done, then they bring more problems. Are you aware now that when we introduced giving health center in every sub-county, now where there is a health center 3, there is a need for accommodation of health what? Health workers. And now this is how, I think, Mr. Kama, I don't know whether that is progressive development, so that when you put this one gives back to the other one. So these are the challenges we have. Now, somebody had raised the issue in the manifesto and whatever. Yes, somebody from Wakiso. This is what I was telling you. That first of all, many of you don't read the manifesto. You don't even know what is there. You don't know what to talk about. But the moment you read the manifesto and you go down, you shouldn't be lost on what to tell the people. And where you are lost, we can always come in terms of content to support that cause. I thank you, PS Tourism Conditional Grants for tourism. I think now tourism is part of the civil service cadre, not so? Yeah, so there is no reason why the local governments, you should not take advantage of that, recruit, and then see how those areas, the potential areas within your area are supported. Fonopondo, as usual, yes, we must communicate. There is no shortcut about it. My senior comrade from defense, yes, I think I would say that those directives, maybe we had not received the report. I don't know whether the team didn't reach there on what you are raising, but otherwise, we are very much appreciative that the UPDF is a productive force, has been engaged in many production engagements in this country, and of course, maybe there is also what you didn't say, that they are also engaged in building health center 3s and seed schools. But for us, we don't go that side of who built. No, we look at, was it built? Was it there? That's why we stop. Whether it was UPDF or a private contractor, that's for another matter. But I think you will have to meet a fund and you agree on how to disagree further. Now, yes, the presentation on the facts, Mr. My former comrade, my OD, Chisari, the facts, yes. What we give you here are really, they are not speculations. They are facts. And like the reality you were observing, yes, it is true. We also get there and face this reality. But like I said, now when you talked about the PDM, it's like, what is, if you said, I'm building a product called PDM, what are the constituents? And you count 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are saying the constituents to make the PDM work, we are at that level. We know within the real working of the PDM, there are still challenges beyond what you are saying. And you will find that, like I said, the starting of certain commitments also demand. For example, the challenge now is that we need like branches of banks at every village to support this program. First of all, on how the circles should operate, because one of the causes of corruption there is that because of lack of financial centers near the village, this chairman, the secretary, and whoever, when you go there and say, I want you to go and sign on my form, and I don't know which village you come from, but he's coming with Parisa,